It's a different world.
It really is.
It's a different world.
Ooh. Wait, which one are you doing?
Where you come from? And I remember one time in one of the meetings, like they all kept saying sus. The word, they just kept saying, oh, that is so sus. Oh, I can't believe that. That just is sus. And I had to literally leave the meeting and Google sus. And I don't even know if I spelt it right, but Google figured out. I must have been listening in on that conversation. And it was like, the AI was like, oh, she's not getting this. We need to help her.
There's now within the same sort of just one generation who have an entirely different, not just like the lingo, but even what is considered acceptable for how to speak or refer or what is socially like proper, you know, or socially aware, has completely changed in such a short period of time. Even 10 years ago and now it's already changed.
It's drastic.
Yeah. And so everything is happening at the same pace as we have access to information. Like almost how we evolve has to also now pick up the pace.
Yeah. When was the first time you were introduced to the internet? To the internet.
To the internet.
Hello. Meet the internet.
The world.
I mean, the fact that I worded it like that is just... Hey, Flex Fam. Welcome back to another episode of Flex in the City. I'm Rada.
And I'm Lisa. And this is episode 51.
So, welcome back. If you are new to this channel, we are the Flex in the City duo. I am a holistic health coach.
I am a person that sits here and talks like I know about shit. I am also here. I am a what are the things that give me experience? I am a mother. That's a level of experience as well. Boy mom, both of us are boy moms. I am a fitness enthusiast, but also a certified Pilates and CrossFit level 1 coach. And in a different life was a
lawyer.
Yeah.
In the whole corporate world.
Yeah.
Both of us were in that corporate world and we both left that behind.
Pursue greater things.
Yes.
One of them being bringing this amazing podcast to you.
Yes.
You're welcome.
So if you're not following us, if you're not subscribed, do that now. Leave us comments, those 5 stars
I was pointing to my lap.
and leave us those 5 stars on Spotify and Apple because that does help us and it makes us happy. So
yeah, we appreciate it a lot.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, 5 stars only if you feel it is 5-star worthy.
Yeah, that's true. We will never force you to.
If it's not 5 stars, just don't say it.
Just don't rate us. How about that?
Keep it to yourself.
Today we have a interesting topic that we wanted to touch on. And I think it was this whole Gen Z versus millennial experiences. Everything from the lingo that Gen Zers are using that I am struggling to understand and literally have to Google a lot of stuff half the time, to the experiences that we had and possibly things that we might have grown up with that was possibly very normal to say or to do that could get us canceled now among the Gen Z era. Right? So I guess before we actually dive in, I wanted to ask you, is there a moment that you can remember where you're like, oh crap, I'm old?
Daily. It's happening more often now because my older kid is getting older. You are well into this phase already with your boys, but we're just coming into it with my older son, and just like some of the references, some of the obviously the words, the oh my
6,
goodness,
7.
my like toddler said that the other day. 6, 7. I have it on video. I'll show you. It's so funny.
I have a friend. Her son is the same age as my youngest, and he just had his birthday, and there was a gift list that she sent us.
Yeah,
and there is a 6, 7 like stuffed. You can't call it an animal, stuffed thing that he wanted, stuffed toy, and it was 6, 7. And I just thought, oh my God, this is like just literally seeped into everything.
It
But
has
go
taken
on.
over. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was like pretty confronting. And then just, yeah, I think there's moments, little moments here and there. We talked about this. I feel like I'm 25
Mhm.
usually when I operate in the world and move around in it until I meet actual 25-year-olds on the train, at the movies, wherever. And then I'm like, "Ugh, why are they being so loud and cantankerous?" And then I'm like,
My
they're not.
sensitive ears.
You're old is what's happening. And then that's when I realized, oh my God. Or when they get on the train, like a whole group of boys, and I'm like, oh, they're so rowdy. And I'm like, why are you so old? That's when it's most confronting. So I feel young most of the time until I'm actually around real young people. Or the gym. That's the other place that I'm always reminded that I'm not a spring chicken. How about you?
I think I can think back to when I first started my the job that I had here right
Mhm.
before I left the corporate world, and it was a venture capital firm, and they had a bunch of 25 to 28-year-olds that were working there. I was the oldest one there and the only one that was married and the only one with kids. So it was like really something completely foreign to them. And I remember one time in one of the meetings, like they all kept saying sus. The word, they just kept saying, "Oh, that is so sus. Oh, I can't believe that. That just is sus." And I had to literally leave the meeting and Google
Yeah.
sus. And I don't even know if I spelt it right, but Google figured out. I must have been listening in on
Gonna say
that
the AI was like,
conversation.
I'll help you
And it
out,
was like,
Grandma.
the AI was like, "Oh, she's not getting this. We need to help her."
Freaking all the way down.
And then I was like, "Oh, suspicious." And I had to Google it. And so
Yeah.
that is now my life, is that I literally have to, every time I hear my kids come home and they say certain things, which is what happened with 6-7, they
Mm-hmm.
kept saying it and they'd giggle.
Yeah.
And the
And then
minute
you're like
your kid says something and then giggles, like you immediately think, "Oh, this is not a good,
concerned because you're like,
it's not good
oh
news,"
God.
you know?
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I have to Google stuff all the time
Same.
just to understand
Same. All the time.
all the time. I watched a lecture, like I guess there's this linguistic professor who was invited to a high school in the US to come and talk to the kids. I think they were maybe, I think it was the entire high school.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to talk to them about, why languages are so important.
Mhm.
And so he went in there and he was like, "I'm actually going to talk to you about why your language is so important." And he did his entire speech
Yeah.
in Gen Z lingo.
Loves it.
And he was like, everywhere, like, "Oh, sus and vibing and IRL and all this stuff." And he then even had subtitles to his speech
For
so
those
that
of us
we could understand what the hell he was
who can
saying.
follow along in
So
the
he
back.
had subtitles to the English language for the Gen Z language for the
millennials.
parents, for the
Yeah.
millennials that were watching this. And I just thought, wow.
That's so well played. I love
Wow.
that. That's really cool.
That's when, like language is just on another level. And I remember, like, as we were doing research for this, like I came across that the internet is so fast paced that the language almost has to match that as well. So that's why everything is
It's happening in such, like, I think
in IRL.
Exactly. No, really, because when you think about when language changed really quite significantly, yes, we had a few words that our parents didn't know about, but it wasn't as extensive as it is now in the span of one generation.
Yeah.
Whereas now, within the same sort of just one generation, you have an entirely different, not just like the lingo, but even what is considered acceptable for how to speak or refer, or what is socially like proper,
Yeah.
or socially aware, has completely changed in such a short period of time. Even 10 years ago and now, it's already changed.
It's drastic, I
Yeah.
think.
And so everything is happening the same pace as we have access to information. Like almost how we evolve has to also now pick up the pace.
Yeah.
It's hard for us.
Yeah. Although we are a generation that has had, like, we are the last generation that remembers life before the algorithm,
Before internet,
before
before social
but we
media.
also did technically grow up with it as well. If you think about
We're really
like
in a special place.
when was the first time you were introduced to the internet? To the internet.
To the internet.
Hello, meet the internet.
The world.
I mean, the fact that I worded it like that is just
is how we used to like. I'm gonna go on the internet now. Stay off the phone.
Yeah,
like, that's what we used to call it. I think it was
10th grade.
No, you forget I'm older than you, like a year older. I would say. Oh no, yeah, it would have been because we had email.
I think in 9th grade is when I first set up or maybe 10th grade. So you're 11th or 12th grade?
Yeah, 11th grade. I know that we had email because that was like our chat.
Yeah.
Was email when we were in, I would say 9th grade, because I know in junior high, 7th, 8th grade, we did like keyboarding,
typing
tests, and computer applications.
Yes.
And that's when we learned about like MS-DOS and like all of this stuff. And then 9th grade is when I've had my Hotmail account since 9th grade. I still have it. Yeah. I think that was my
I don't have my
email
Hotmail
account
anymore.
It was 9th grade. I know because, oh my God, like core memory. So my sister graduated. So she's 3 years older and she was in uni in the States. And I went to visit her in Philly and she made me set up my Hotmail account. I was still, I think 9th, 10th grade. Set up my Hotmail account and it has an underscore between my first and my last name, which I didn't want. It was so annoying. And to this day, I'm like, Lisa underscore. And it's so annoying. I don't really use the Hotmail.
Do you give it to anybody?
I only use it for stuff that I'm like, I'll put it in here because I know they're going to send me junk mail.
Yeah.
And then that's the account for the junk mail. So like if I order something online and I'm like, I just want this one thing, I don't want the junk mail, I'll put that email in there. So it's really handy for that. But there's some things that I registered with that are there. So I have to keep it open and check it every now and then. But the underscore
is just
sister. See, this is one of the rivalry things.
Oh man.
She's the one I fight with.
Yeah. Okay, I get it now. So she did that as a little jab.
Yeah, she's always underhanded. Not really. But yeah, so I think that is what helped me remember that was 9th grade.
Yeah.
And then, that's how it used to be how we'd like flirt with like boys and
I would
stuff.
Do that through ICQ. Did you have
ICQ? Yeah, of course. That came later. It took me like 3 years to realize that it means I seek you.
Oh my God, I didn't know that. So ICQ.
Were you today years old when you?
I was today years old when I found out what ICQ stood for. And ICQ, if you don't know, it was like literally back in the day, we didn't have Instagrams to like slide into people's DMs. You know, we had actual
AOL online.
Yeah, we had actual chats, like softwares that you would download with,
which in hindsight
our slow ass internet that was super loud.
Yeah. Ew.
What?
It's a little bug in here. Sorry.
Oh, and that's how you would chat with other people.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'd see when they're online and then you chat.
ICQ. Wow. Or MySpace.
MySpace came later. So MySpace was when I was in college. Do you remember Top 6 Friends? How you'd have like your top friends and it was only 6 people?
Vaguely, I remember that, but I don't know if I actually like.
I totally curated it. And then you'd have like a disagreement with someone and you'd be like, she's out of my top 6. She'll notice.
I'm pretty sure I got MySpace my senior year, probably.
Yeah, I didn't have that.
My senior or junior year.
That was definitely a UConn add-on for me.
UConn was Facebook.
Facebook for me was after UConn when I moved to Australia. And I was adamant. I was like, I'm not going on this Facebook thing, whatever. It's a fad. I'm not going to be a follower. Yeah.
I think now Facebook is considered one of those platforms for the oldies, maybe?
I think so, because I think a lot of people keep in touch with people from high school or college through Facebook. I rarely go on it, actually.
Me too.
The only time I ever click on the Facebook like widget or whatever is because if I see a notification, because I just hate that on my phone. It's just my OCD. But other than that, I don't want to, there's no value.
I rarely go on there. And I think even just the way, like the graphics of it just seems very old school.
Yeah.
Which is there's nothing bad about it. I mean, we're old school in a way.
It's just messy.
But
I feel like,
I don't know where to focus. Whereas Instagram, it's very like neat. Like
Yeah. They're like, I know this
Stories.
although they changed that too.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, like this is down here now and this is up here. I'm like, stop
Stop
messing
moving
with
shit
it.
around.
Stop. This is probably part of our
Yeah. It's change,
our
first of all.
millennialness. We
Yeah.
are less adaptable to
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
Like we just like it the way it is.
Although we have had to endure a lot of change,
Yeah.
if you think about it.
Against our will in some cases. Yeah, definitely. But I think we're not as adaptable to change maybe as our kids' generation or Gen
Yeah.
Zs. Certainly though, more so than our parents.
100%.
Actually, can I
Well,
say that?
I don't know, because I think my parents, immigrants, the U.S., like
Yeah,
they
when you
had
think
to
about where
be,
they started and
they
where they
had to be
are,
adaptable. Like,
they've been through a lot. And also culturally. So it's not just social change for them, it's a cultural shift,
yeah,
really.
yeah,
I mean, my parents grew up in the village. Like, you know, my dad had to go down the hill to the lake to fetch water. That's
yeah.
how they had running water. Well, it wasn't running unless they were running to get it. So, so that's how they grew up.
That's like my dad's stories of women back in the village in Palestine
Right.
giving birth. They go they're in the fields already, pop a squat, baby comes out, and they go
Strap
back to
the baby
work.
up, keep going because
It's like,
life goes
I'm
on.
like, Dad, that's not true. He's like, yeah, it
I'm
is.
sure there's a lot
Like
of
we
women.
laugh about it, but it's like
that was the
it.
norm.
That was the norm.
Yeah. So like if you're lying down to have a baby, soft.
I mean, talk about adaptability. Like I think that is really like
The epitome of
it.
completely. So yeah, that's a good point. So when I look at that and I look at like my dad grew up in that period of time where like, you know, for example, in our culture, eating chicken was like a luxury.
Yeah.
So women would like my mom tells me stories about how like her mom and her grandma like grew up never even having tasted chicken, but cooking it all the time. And when women were actually allowed to eat chicken, there's certain parts of the chicken that were only reserved for the men.
The good parts.
Of course. So like my great grandmother, she cooked chicken all the time. She never tasted it. So even when she wanted to know if there was enough salt in the sauce, she'd call someone else. She'd call one of her like nephews or grandsons to taste it.
Wow.
Because she was so ingrained in it. So like, of course, that perpetuates itself over a generation. Then that's what you know as your norm. Then you're the next generation and you're like, oh, I can eat chicken now. Like just little things like that. And then like, you know, my mom being in school, like with boys, because that wasn't a thing. And then like coming from that to like your kids speaking a language that's not their tribal language, to us marrying, they couldn't even marry outside their tribe.
Right.
One generation later, we are shock therapying them and marrying outside our race.
Yeah.
And they're like, we have to adjust.
It's like, slow down.
And I could tell you definitely it wasn't adjust. Thank God my sister blazed that trail first.
Right.
Because she then, you know, brought them with her on that journey initially.
Yeah.
So by the time I got there, they were like, as long as they're a
done
good person, you
this.
do whatever. Whatever. As long as they treat you well, you're happy. I mean,
You're exhausted.
Yeah, they're just like, I mean, you're gonna do what you're gonna do.
Exactly.
And it's really good actually because we fight change. Absolutely. Even when you don't know what it's gonna be like on the other side, you're like, I just like it here.
Yeah.
So for them to be able to come through on so many huge changes culturally, technologically, like, you know, my dad, like every single time. And we talk on WhatsApp video like 3 times a week.
Okay.
Every single time I do video call, he answers it. He turns the video off. And I'm like, we can't see you, Dad. We can't see you. He's like, oh, what did I do now? What do I do with this thing? I'm like, so you tap the middle of the screen. Yeah, I'm tapping. Nothing's happening. I'm like, wait. The toolbar will come up. Tap the thing that looks like a camera. He taps the mic and mutes himself.
Oh my God.
Every time.
Oh, that's so cute.
Every time. It's so funny. So I'm like, you know what? Bless.
Yeah, I talk to my dad's forehead. He answers the phone. I love you. Hi, Dad. He answers the phone and he just has the phone like this and be like, Dad, I mean, I see.
My dad puts it on his ear sometimes, so I can see a close up of his ear. I'm like,
Oh my God.
it's a video call.
And then you can imagine the Gen Zers are probably making jokes
I was
about
gonna
us
say, they're
like this.
laughing.
They're laughing at us
Man,
as well.
I didn't even think about
I mean,
that.
our kids are Gen Alpha, so I don't know, like, I don't know much about that generation, but I'm pretty sure if Gen Z is doing whatever it's doing, Gen
Yeah.
Alpha is going to be that on steroids. You know what I
Completely.
mean?
Yeah. I think one thing they did say about Gen Zers is, I mean, they talk about like all of this, like, more, not just more social awareness, social, I guess, like acceptance, with this particular time frame in the timeline of living that we're in, but also, the fact that there's a little more resources for Gen Zers and Alphas to have more awareness of their mental health, which is not really something that was that big when we were growing up. And so you have this generation of Gen Zers, like I see these things that make fun of like paralleling us in the workplace versus Gen Zers in the workplace who are like, that doesn't align with my, like, it's giving like, you know, mental breakdown.
Sus vibes.
And I'm just not here for it. You know, like, sorry. And whereas we were like, mental breakdown is part of the work.
It's part of it.
And
That was
so
like,
I'm just gonna take it and hold it together and then have my breakdown when I get home.
That's what we learned. Get your college degree, go to work, you know, get a job, 9 to 5.
That job.
Kill yourself. But that's part of it.
And then like hope for the best. And whatever's left of you at the end of this phase, whatever droplets are there, enjoy like the last 5 years of your life.
Like the people pleasing needs to be a part of that. And the Gen Zers are like, nah.
No, I'm not here for it. If it literally, that's what they say. I'm not here for it.
Oh my God, when you said it's giving. So I tried a new body wash recently. And I have an app that shows me like what apps because I normally don't like buying stuff that you find in the drugstore. I'd rather find something that, you know, is online that shows like it's research and, you know, that it's clean and whatever. So going to a drugstore, going to a drugstore, I always feel like it's not always going to be like the cleanest products. So I have an app that shows me what's clean. Nice. And so I bought a body wash recently and I noticed this morning that it's empty. So I was like, oh, I need to buy a new one. And on the back of it, they actually said it's giving happy vibes. And I'm like, oh my God, even the branding for these products.
Vibes?
Yeah. And it's giving. And I had to do a little tee, like, because first of all, I was happy that I understood that. I'm like,
yeah, you're like, I know what they're saying. You know? But also you're in the loop.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh my God, they are not trying to appeal to me anymore. I'm not even the target market for any of this shit anymore.
Absolutely not.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
a different world.
It really is.
It's a different world.
Ooh. Wait, which one are you doing?
Where you come from? we bust out.
Oh, that was a good.
We bust
out on Netflix.
Yeah, it is.
I'll be watching.
We tend to bust out in song every now and then. It's just like, you know, I think that's where we
come. Thing as well,
we come from that generation where like one word will trigger an entire
slew of memories.
Yes,
and
there's always a song attached to it.
Always. I think that is a millennial thing too, because we were so heavy on, and I don't know if the next generations are doing this as much as we did. Club culture, music. Every time when we were chilling, talking in someone's dorm room, whatever, like
music,
MTV, which doesn't exist anymore, by the way.
There is no more MTV.
It's done.
BET.
BET's there.
Oh, so it's just MTV. They're like, we don't need this.
Because BET is not just music; it's like a whole channel.
It's a culture and all that.
Anyway, BET was always on, like in the background, like playing music videos. All of these songs that we listen to that are throwback to our like college days. I could tell you the video exactly, details of every aspect of the video, outfits, you know, effects, and people put so much effort into that production because it was just part of the culture. It was, and then it's really funny because I love it, but I'm introducing. This is crazy because it's not old school music to me. It's just music.
Yeah.
But whenever I share the music that I like with Dante, like
It's
with my
old
older
school.
son, he's like, yeah, I like this old music. But I hold it together,
Yeah.
right? And then some of the songs, like, I'll search for them on Apple Music, and sometimes you find the video, and I'm like, oh, I remember this video. This is a really cool video because sometimes the concepts are great. So I'll watch the video with him, and he's just like, and there's some videos that'll have a club scene, and he's like, this is crazy. I'm like, it actually was like
Yeah.
this. Like, it really was. We would go to the club, you go to parties, there'd be people swinging their shirts around
Yep.
over their head. You'd be like, whoa,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
someone's splashing a bottle of water,
Yeah.
foam parties. Like, I mean, it's kind of dark in there. Like, oh man, I miss it.
I mean, I don't know, like, because we're not obviously in the Gen Z scene, like, I have no idea what
That's what I'm
they're
saying. I don't know
experiencing.
if it's not. I guarantee you it's not going to be on that level. We took it to the next level. That specific view, that description that I've given, that was definitely us.
Yeah.
That like grew up in it, but also created it. And I think it also ended with us because now we've been to the club now. And yes, granted, location is is a factor, but also even when you're somewhere, like people just stand around a lot. People like
That's
this.
because we're in Germany.
I've gone clubbing outside of here, and this is people will dance still, but it's not. Back in the day, think about it. We would go to the club and nonstop sometimes be moving for 4 hours.
Yeah, easy.
Easy.
Oh my God, is it not cool to dance?
Is it
sus?
And we would it's a bit sus. Like, and we wouldn't be like, oh, just the two-step.
It
We
was
would
like,
be dropping it like it's hot.
As if there was like a camera somewhere that was, it was gonna be like our 2 minutes of fame.
That's
like, we literally
why we did it.
We're
There was
putting
no
on a
camera.
show.
Yeah. That's why we didn't need the gym.
There was no proof.
Yeah.
To
there would be maybe one creepy person
or something.
one creepy person with a digital camera, or you taking a couple photos with you and your girls.
Yeah.
And then it's done because you can't see the photo that you've taken until like you go to process it or you plug in, and then you just enjoy the night. Oh. So no one's holding up a phone over your head. There's no like little like flashlight anywhere. Everyone's fully immersed in the vibes. And we were the last people to experience what that is like, going out with no evidence.
Everything can come back and haunt you now. Do you notice, even, it's nothing to do with club vibes, but like if you watch a football game, if there's ever like a foul or some sort of call is made and players are sitting there talking to each other, or they're all covering their mouths.
Yeah.
Because there's now people that can literally play back and watch what you said and lip read.
Zoom in and
because technology is so advanced now that you can zoom into your eyeball, and
seriously.
analyze, the expression in your eyeball. So there's literally like, you can't do anything.
You cannot do anything. Sports,
music, all of that, everything has got to be. So no wonder people aren't dancing.
Everyone has to like dial it back. Yeah. The same. Think about.
You gave me something.
And we don't have to talk about it, but think about how we used to dance back in the day. And now imagine that there was cameras and internet present at the time. Now looking back on that in hindsight as parents, like imagine this footage somewhere of us dropping it like it's hot.
Oh my God. That wouldn't. That would.
Even the type of music has changed, because all of the music back then, not all of it, but a lot of it was like,
drop it like it's hot.
Thank you. I was literally about to say that. It's getting hot in here.
It's all that skeet music.
It was literally,
as women, it was so inappropriate and
so bad.
So bad for us, but we were just like,
we were the first ones to run to the dance floor. When you start to hear the beginning of Back That Ass Up, if you're in the bathroom, we literally say that's why there's such a long intro to that song, because it's enough time for us to run from wherever you are at to get to the dance floor.
Oh my
to assume the
God.
position.
Assume you're killing me here. Oh my God, the running, assume that you're killing me.
Literally. And then you find a spot and then you're ready to go.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that level of carefreeness will never be duplicated ever again
I feel
in the
bad
world.
for the Gen Zers in
They're
that
missing
regard.
out. They are missing out. I'm so glad we had that
But
time.
you know what's funny is like I'll still go to a club and I'll still dance like, you know, it's nobody's business.
I'll still dance
don't
a lot
care.
if I like the music. Not the way well, for more reasons
Well,
than
no,
one.
we're also like
I was gonna say
not
we're spoken for women.
We're not gonna drop it
Mothers.
like it's hot. You know, we've talked about our knees and all that stuff. You know,
Oh yeah, also
we gotta be a little bit more mindful. You know, but
yeah.
I think that instilled in us this zero fucks to give, and it probably explains why also our, you know, if we're talking about women and perimenopause, that is like the ongoing theme is we have zero fucks to give. I don't know if Gen Zers will get to that point when they're in perimenopause because everything has been, they are under a microscope from the moment that they are born.
It's
everything that they do, all their actions is dissected.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I feel bad for them.
Subject to dissection. Even if there's no one saying anything, you have to think in a way that this is something that could be consumed, which must be so exhausting.
Yeah, everything can be held against you. I mean, if you're talking about like even when you're going in for a job interview, all they have to do is pull up, you know, like they can do a Google search on you, pull up your Instagram. They know everything.
Yeah.
We didn't have to worry about shit like that.
Listen, I am so happy we came of age in the era that we did.
Yes,
honestly, I feel
agree.
that the fact that, because it's not even straddling two different, we are on so many different sectionalities of social unawareness, social awareness, cultural awareness, cultural revolutions, even political revolutions. Like we're so intersectional, and I love that what that gives us, assuming that we're ready to embrace it. And just the fact that there's something that we experience that's such core memories for us that will never be experienced again after us is kind of like, it's like,
yeah.
But I find myself saying the same things that I remember my parents saying when I was younger, like when they would put on like, old records and like dance in the living room, and we'd be like, and be like, you guys don't understand. Like we used to be like the center of the club when we danced. And I'd be like, with that two-step,
that's
with
crazy.
This music, and
saying the same thing that we're just saying.
And now I hear myself say stuff, and then I'm like,
oh shit!
I literally just like spoke exactly what my mom used to say like 35 years ago. Yeah, and I'm like, oh my God, is that how I sound to him? I taught my son the electric slide the other day because they had like a little school disco. So it was like a 70s to 90s, which is really, I feel just lazy because I'm like, that's such a big,
it's like we can't figure out what theme to pick, so we're just gonna do it all.
70s to 90s. But you know why? It's because all the teachers span from
that's true.
All of those. So they were like, if you don't have 70s, you're gonna have 80s. You don't have 80s, you're gonna have 90s.
Yeah.
Theme. And so like all of the kids were like 90s, like what do we wear? Like apparently they're calling it 1900s now. I know
To be fair, 90s fashion was not great.
I don't even remember what were we. I remember approaching 2000s, like just when I was a senior in high school, and kind of what we were wearing. I remember guys were
Christina Aguilera.
Yeah, like, but that was like 2000s, right? Because I remember I got her CD when I was a senior in high school for me. And that was 99, 2000. 90s. Yeah.
I just remember low-ride jeans.
That was definitely college. Because that's
for me, that was high school. Because I think I tried to wear them, but mom was like, I see your underwear.
Yeah. I was trying them. And that's the one I figured out. I was like, oh, my butt is really high. Because it doesn't matter if it's low here. And ass crack is
exactly. And of course, I wasn't allowed to wear thongs. So you're wearing like granny panties with full coverage
with stuff in the back.
The low ride, it just didn't.
Sitting down like this. Do you remember that? Like holding your pants up to sit down because it was standard procedure that like crack was going to be out. Oh my God.
And boys, I think it was the skater look.
Like fully, really baggy jeans.
Which is back, by the way.
It's kind of coming back. Yeah. And if it's done right,
it's okay.
It can kind of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like of course, like the
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 visor.
Yankee fitted, and yeah, like the baseball hats that
Yeah.
match like the shirt, like matching and then matching it with the shoes, and I don't mind that era so much.
I don't know.
It's because it's the nostalgia of the time frame, not necessarily that I was
That's
like, "Oh my
true.
god, this is such a great look."
That's true. That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. I don't know what vibe the Gen Zers have in terms of their style. I feel like they're trying to take everything,
And it's like
like the
eclectic.
80s, the 90s, and it's very eclectic. Like they're doing it all.
Yeah, they're taking a piece out of everything, I think. But I feel like it's almost their whole thing is like curated.
Yeah.
That's their vibe. It's
Yeah.
like everything looks is meant to look effortless, but it's so totally thought out.
Yeah.
Um, which it's funny to watch.
Oh my God. Do you think there's anything from our generation that Gen Zers would cancel us for? Like if there was things that we like what we grew up with that Gen Zers, if they saw that now, they'd be like, "Oh,
Like
you're
almost
canceled."
everything. Think about how we talked on the like back in the day on the playground or at recess. Just think about how we talked.
I mean, there were certain things we would say that were
Language is
like
so
you would never say it now.
yeah. Yeah. Even if it's not like necessarily discriminatory or like racially derogatory, there's some things that we would say that I think largely the biggest cancel would be with like pronouns or gender like
Yes.
misgendering people. That's
Yeah.
probably one of the biggest
Like
changes.
we talked about one like if we I used to say this all the
Man
time,
up.
man up. Like man up. I think if we said that now, like that would
It
be
slips out sometimes even. It's like,
yeah.
"Oh, no, I just gotta man up," and
Yeah.
but I also would never say woman up, or them up. Like, I just wouldn't
I think now, in the age that we're in now, like I think I would say one woman up because women are also being
I will laugh at you.
we
If
are
you
being
ever say this in front of me, I'm telling you now, I will
woman
laugh
up,
you out of the
bitch.
room. I will laugh you out of the room.
But it's just different too. Like you like growing up, it wasn't a thing for us to think about women in a very like powerful,
Yeah, that wasn't
strong,
typical. Yeah.
you know,
And if that was exhibited as a woman, it was considered a masculine trait. You weren't
exactly.
considered a
But
woman who's
now it's
being
different, I feel.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
So that's
definitely
why
changed.
I would say
I mean, I would take the man out. I don't
whoa
necessarily
up.
wanna
Like, what do you want me to say? Whoa up?
I would just be buck up. I don't know. Like, I don't know what you would say. Like, I don't know. I have to come up with a statement.
Oh my
But
God.
yeah, like I think, yeah, just the idea of us making references to behavior that are so gender specific or binary specific is something that was so common for us.
Yeah,
Even when we say like, wow, he's got some balls or, like
exactly.
all of these are so like gender specific and for us they roll off the tongue.
Yeah.
Um
But Gen Zers would not go for it.
yeah, I think it's not and even now living in this Gen Z-defied world, we probably are more sensitive to saying things like that.
Mhm.
Like there's some studios and gyms, for example, women only because,
Yeah.
it's like safe space for women and I understand that. And I was having a conversation with someone who was like, especially now in this world that we live in where, there's people who are like claiming to be all kinds of genders, like it's nice to have a place that's like clear on who can like be there because then you go there and you know what to expect, but also as a woman, if you're training, for example, you feel safe there.
Mhm.
And I was like, cool. So you, as a woman, feel safe in a space that's for women only because whatever dangers there might be from men or from other genders or from gays of society, GAZE, not GAYS,
What's
the gays,
oh,
like
the
people.
gays.
Yeah,
The
yeah. I was like,
gays.
I just heard it after I said it. I was like, GAZE,
Okay,
not
the
gay
gays.
men,
Yeah. Yeah.
but like the looks and all of that, and that sort of you get to have this space that's a little bit more safe
Mhm.
for you. So I understand that, but I was like, okay, so say you do have someone who identifies as female and they feel unsafe. So a regular gym that's open to everybody is potentially an unsafe space for them as well.
Yeah.
So unless a women only gym also specifies that women who are,
Who
maybe
identify as
those identifying as women or trans women are also welcome. There actually means that in trying to create a safe space for one group, you have
they've
nullified
eliminated
the
or
ability
yeah,
for there to be a safe space for this other group
yeah,
because a
you've
trans woman.
ostracized a whole group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, where's their safe space? Because are they going to be safe as a trans woman coming to a women's gym where women might say, I'm not comfortable with a trans woman being in my space. That makes
Yeah.
it unsafe for me. Where's their safe space? So these are questions that we never had to, we, I guess, should have thought about before, but we
But
never
it was
were
just not
faced
part
with
of
it.
our like we just didn't
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
wasn't talked about.
It wasn't. And I think this is
I mean,
something.
it's not like trans men and women didn't
Of
exist,
course,
but
yeah,
it
but
just
it
wasn't
wasn't
it was
something
very
that
hush
was.
hush.
Yeah, yeah, and all these considerations about, like, non-gendered or non-binary bathrooms and things like that are not things we grew up with.
Yeah.
Whereas now, Gen Z and certainly Gen Alpha are growing up in a time where that's consideration that they have to make. So everything that we went through, they're going through, but they're going through it like with these added dimensions. So they
Mhm.
have all of this stuff plus all the information that they're getting that's way faster than we did.
Which is
That
why you're seeing change happen literally so fast
yeah,
because that information is being what's the word?
disseminated
Disseminated
so
or
fast.
spread so
Yeah,
fast that it's
that's
almost like if you don't act right away, you're gonna get canceled, you're gonna get left behind.
exactly.
It's gonna look bad for you, like,
Yeah,
for
you're
if
not informed because the
yeah,
information is there, it's
yeah,
available,
yeah,
so
yeah,
you should
yeah.
know. Whereas, so it also creates this sort of pressure for us to be like, oh, we have to like almost like keep up with it as
Mhm.
well. So I was just thinking, yeah, like this is because I would never have thought about that before. Like
Yeah.
already it was revolutionary for us to have women only gyms growing up.
Yeah,
Like I remember
exactly.
one of the first ones that I knew, or it was women only hour, like
Yep.
10 to 11 or
Yep.
something.
Yep.
And I was like, wow, this is such a nice initiative,
Mhm.
revolutionary. Whereas now it's like so many more things that you have to think about. Um, and really like it's hard. It's hard because it's like, yeah, well, we want to like protect this, but then we are, ostracizing or not really thinking about
Being
this and how do we
inclusive
do
or
this
yeah.
without yeah. So
It's hard to maneuver
yeah,
through that.
I'm just really glad I am not in law school this day
Ooh.
and age
I don't know how that would work, honestly.
because
Because
yeah,
I still feel like education is still very much behind. So
absolutely.
to be living in a time that's so far ahead, but to be in school and still
With a
learning
curriculum
with a
that's still old.
curriculum that's so behind. I mean, obviously there are the outliers where you'll go to a university and you're learning things that are, that are so relevant to
Happening in
you
real
in that
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, like whether it's like entrepreneurial classes or certain like development programs that are
Yeah.
popping up as you're in school and you're learning that.
Yeah.
So I would imagine you would have those exceptions with,
At least at the
certain
university
topics
level.
like yeah,
Yeah.
university level with
Yeah.
law and all that stuff, but
Yeah.
it still is not going to be as advanced because you got to think also like who's still teaching those classes
Exactly. So, you're gonna have professors that are from a different time. You're gonna have
with
case law.
tenure who are just sitting around waiting
I'm gonna
to
be here
yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
And then you also have common law, like you have basis for a lot of like what's become laws based on like cases that are so outdated.
Yeah.
And you have to read those old like precedents and outdated cases, and you're like, wow, this is
This
how they used to actually sign their like name at the end of saying some shit like this.
yeah.
Like, and you see that, and then that's the basis for the laws that are created for the time. And then you're like, yeah, but there hasn't really been amendments, and there hasn't really, and so you see so many more gaps, I think. Because even when we were there, of course, you're going to see gaps, and you're going to see the need for reform so much more now.
Mhm.
And it happens really slowly, especially when it comes to legislative reform. So it
Yeah.
must be so frustrating. But teachers don't have it easy now because kids will
Mm-mm.
come back at you and be like, there's some kid who in Dante's class, he's autistic, but he's extremely also like part of his autism is that he's extremely
Super
intelligent.
intelligent.
Yeah, yeah. Like he has a few behavioral issues, but he's like extremely intelligent, and like they're in science class and like the teacher is like, well, so da 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 da. And this kid is like, no, this is like this, and this is next to this, because he's memorized the whole periodic table.
Yeah.
And the teacher's like, like you have students that are literally going to school you as you try to teach them.
Yeah.
It's not easy. So like teachers gotta like be on top of the ball, but also be on top of what you know your kids are exposed to. Even if it's
Exactly.
extracurricular, you have to be able to understand, I know the kids are saying this, or I know the kids have seen this, or I know that this is trending. And I need to understand that like the kids are gonna think this, or the kids are gonna interpret that as this. So how do I fit that in to what it is that we're trying to
Yeah. It's
yeah.
almost like teachers now, like their main focus should just be like, they should just be learning
Like
social awareness, because I mean, I know some teachers will be like, they might take offense to it. They might penalize the kid, like just a simple example, like Manny, for example, English being his mother language, like
Mhm.
he would correct the teacher sometimes, which I can imagine a
Right.
lot of Gen Zers and Gen Alphas will do, because they're not stupid. They have access to Google. They didn't have to go to an encyclopedia like we
Right.
did to
Right.
double check anything. Like literally they have all the information at their
They're
fingertips.
also growing up
Yeah.
differently where they might also speak more languages than
Yeah.
the
And
generation before
and the
them.
teacher would always say, you have to learn exactly what I taught you. Don't try to be all advanced and whatever, just like how Dante's teacher said, this is not
Don't
what we're
read that
learning in
book.
year 7.
Yeah, yeah. And she was like, don't bring the book to school, just read it at
Yeah,
home.
so it's
Yeah.
almost like you have to be okay with kids knowing more than you.
Yeah.
So it's almost like
Yeah.
a tough skin kind of thing.
Yeah. And I
And
think
not to take it personally. If anything, you want your kids to be challenging you, because we don't want another generation of sheep,
the same shit.
you know?
Exactly. And this is when is education and knowing and understanding more ever a bad thing?
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
So I feel like if kids are, yeah, if they're reading ahead, like, yeah, if it's something that is obviously like beyond their comprehension, you can say this, there's going to be things here you don't understand. Maybe wait a while. But like to discourage a kid from seeking knowledge, if they're doing that on their own, like, isn't that the most important part of what teaching
Yeah.
is? To allow people to understand that it's a lifelong process and to seek it on your own, even when you're out of school.
Do you feel like Gen Zers are they better equipped than us to um go up against the system? And will they actually vocalize it, or is it just like, if this doesn't align with me, I'm just not going to do it, I'm
I'm just not about it.
because I'm trying to think, our generation didn't do what we should have done
No.
in terms of
We're not exactly known as the activists.
yeah,
generation.
so what's going to come next?
I would say, and I think it differs obviously across different like cultures, countries, whatever.
Yeah.
Just what I can understand of, they certainly have more tools in their arsenal than we did. They have more capability to do things and affect change than we did. They have more information. They have more, I would say, mental self-awareness, all of these things. So they have a better toolbox than we did. Whether or not they use it,
That's the thing. Like, I feel
that's
like
the
our
difference.
generation
Had less, we accomplished
Had
less
we-
with less.
but I think if our generation had the same work ethic and that tool
Oh my God.
box,
Game
I
changer.
feel like we would have been
Yeah.
unstoppable.
Or if you give Gen Z our work ethic,
They are, oh my God, yes,
off you go. Because they got everything else.
yes,
But having said that, so one example I can point to is like when we had a lot of these demonstrations in Kenya and political sort
right.
of uprising amongst, mainly it was led by Gen Zers who were like, we're not going to take like a lot of this. Our generation was extremely complacent. Like we were raised by a generation of people who were like, look, we lived
if
through
it ain't broke,
colonization. Exactly. They were like,
like, don't rock the boat, literally.
better we are oppressed by our own people than these colonizers we grew up through,
Yes.
who were coming in here
Yeah.
telling us all kinds of BS.
Yeah.
So they were like, let sleeping dogs lie. Yeah, if
Yeah.
they want to steal money, at least, the
Yeah.
country's still running. We're
Exactly.
okay. As long as they don't steal too much. I actually remember hearing that. We're okay with our politicians stealing. They're just stealing too much.
Mhm.
So that's kind of what we came from. So we even grew up in a time, I remember when I was young, where it was like a little bit of unrest, where it was like an attempted coup the year
Yes.
that I was born.
Yeah.
So for a while, we weren't even allowed to talk politics. Like it was scary. And so coming from that, we grew up being like, stat quo, let it
Mhm.
lie. As long as we're not a country at war, it's whatever. We'll complain in the background,
Yeah.
but we won't really do anything to affect change because we've never seen it be possible. These guys were like, they've come about being like, uh, we've been exposed. We've seen governments that work. We've seen activists that have effective change. We've seen revolutions happening. It starts with the people.
Yeah.
We're the people.
Yeah.
We're the grassroots. So they're coming of age like, nah, this doesn't align.
It doesn't align, so they're doing something.
Yeah, they're like, it's
You
giving
feel
oppression.
it's giving it's
It's giving corruption.
yeah.
Not here for it. And
Yeah.
so they sit here and they, take to the streets and, you know, also they didn't see a lot of the violence that people had to suffer
Mhm.
fighting against really like oppressive regimes. So they saw a little bit this time around. But
Yeah.
they didn't grow up seeing that. So we heard it firsthand from our parents. We saw a little bit of it growing up. So we were like,
Let's not touch that. Like, I'm not gonna touch that with
yeah,
them.
silence is safety.
Yeah.
So when we look at them, I think everyone was like, you guys, honestly, you're waving the flag for us.
Yeah.
You're doing the things that we couldn't do. And that sort of attitude you have about, I'm not going to just accept something that doesn't align with me is like unapologetically is something that we didn't have as
Yeah.
much of. So yes, the that lending itself to looking like a lack of work ethic is one thing, but that lending itself to being something that makes them say, "We're not going to accept less than what we know we deserve," is also the same aspect, but a plus side to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's like they know what their values are, they know what they stand for,
yeah.
and anything again that doesn't align with them, like you know that they're gonna do something
Yeah,
about
they're
it.
just gonna be like, "I'm not gonna accept it, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do something about it."
Yeah.
Whereas we're like which allows us to have good work ethic because 'cause we're just like,
Because we're the people pleaser
"Yeah,
generation,
yeah,
like we're just gonna do what we're told and
yeah, yeah."
you know.
Although we're trying to do what we can to unlearn that as well. We're
Yes.
unlearning it as grown-ups
Yeah.
now, and
So
I think our kids are a really great part of teaching us that
mhm.
as well. Gen Z, but also, like, our kids, Gen Alpha, coming out of Gen Z into Gen Alpha are a really good lesson for us
Yeah.
to learn that slowly.
It's exhausting,
Yeah, but
but
it's fun. It's
it's
fun.
fun and I think it's quite the it's something that I know that it challenges me to know that I have like children who are constantly challenging me. But now I realize that I think I would
I just laugh
prefer
at
that.
that statement.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, our kids are
Yeah. But I think I would prefer that because I'm hoping then that they go out into the world with that same attitude. And I think I definitely don't want kids that are going to be followers and mainstream and just kind of, you
Yeah,
know, um,
going with the
going with
flow.
the, yeah, going with the
Yeah.
flow. I want them to be able to challenge the outside world
Yeah, yeah, and lead people in
and
in a
lead.
direction that's
Yeah.
better, and I think for us as parents, the biggest part is you want your kids to I think I mentioned this metaphor before, we use it a lot, in our culture, and we say, like, you want your kids to stand on your shoulders so they can see further than you can. So yes, we're the foundation for them and we're the ones that kind of give them the tools, but ultimately you want your kids to
Yeah.
know, understand, see, and experience more than you could ever
Yeah.
even understand. So them doing things that we couldn't imagine doing in our time is, I think, a really good testament to them
Yeah. I mean, just think
growing.
about how, like, anything that we would have learned, we would have actually also learned from our parents.
Mhm.
Whereas this generation, they don't technically totally need, they can learn everything
Yeah, they're learning
at
for
their
better or for
just
worse.
from their phones. They, for better or for worse, exactly. They can learn all of that. So it's almost like it's also like they've surpassed that and more.
Yes, and
They're
so
on our shoulders and on the next person.
I
don't
was
know if
gonna say they're on the
they're
ledge
on the
that's over
ledge
there.
of
Like,
over our
yeah,
shoulders. Like,
seriously. I'm
yeah.
like, I didn't even know there was
Yeah,
a ledge over
the
there.
shoulders, like, how did you even get up there?
They're gone. There's like a
Yeah,
ladder up here that you
yeah,
didn't know about.
yeah,
Yeah, so that's a really good point too, because we're passing down what we know, but along with that, with the good comes the bad. So
yeah,
we're passing down the habits that all we know is what we have to work with.
yeah,
And they have so much more than just what we give them.
that they're educating us.
Listen. Like I said, for better or for worse.
Better or
Sometimes I'm
worse.
like, I don't need to know
Exactly.
what skibbity toilet is.
Yeah.
I could go. Would have got
Skibbity
my
toilet?
skibbity. Isn't it skibbity toilet?
Oh
Isn't
my
that what it
God.
is?
I have a dictionary
Ohio.
here.
Um,
Was Ohio one of
skibbity.
them?
Yeah,
And
Ohio.
this is alphabetized. Hold on.
Oh my God, the fact that there's so
So
many.
Skibbity or Ohio? Which one am I Google?
Skibbity. Isn't it skibbity toilet? There's a whole
Ohio,
song.
used to describe
Like a
something
weirdo.
weird.
Yeah, that one. I know.
Although to be clear, we at Access, so Access is the place, this website that created this,
Yeah.
think there is nothing wrong with the state of Ohio.
This is the age we live in. You have to put a disclaimer on
be careful.
everything.
And what was the next one?
Skibbity.
Skibbity?
Skibbity.
Was that with like a K? SK?
Yeah. I think.
Skibbity.
Mhm.
Oh my God, it's in here. A nonsense word that can mean cool, silly, or dumb. A reference to the popular YouTube series Skibbity Toilet. What the
I'm
flippin'
in it. I'm in with the lingo.
slaps. That
Yeah,
new
slaps.
song slaps.
You know, I've
It's
used
really
slap.
It's
only
really great. That's what it means.
Really great.
It's really great. Like, why can't you just say great?
Great. Slaps does hit different. I've used that to describe like really good food.
Have you?
Yeah, like, oh my goodness, like the plantain that they have at that place. I
Oh
didn't know
my
that was their
God.
generation.
And they say SMH.
Shaking
Shaking
my-
my head.
Yeah.
SMH. Oh my God, I'm so gonna go home.
What do they have to shake their head
I'm
about?
gonna go home to my kids and use a bunch of these and see if they actually understand me.
Okay, I'm gonna use one today. Which one are you gonna use?
I'm gonna use.
I know I just went through the conversation in my head just to like preempt, and I already know the reaction. It's gonna be, ew. Why are you trying to be young?
Oh my God. Sorry.
Ew, stop.
There's a whole bunch of these on here that came up. Thirsty and Thirsty Trap and
Oh yeah, we use those though.
I think we use them because we heard them saying it.
Yeah, like
That's
thirst
not
trap,
something I
like
would have said
posting
in
a
my
thirst trap.
20s.
No.
No.
It's a new term.
Shook. They say shook all the time.
We used to say shook.
9.
College, didn't we?
9. When did you ever say, "Oh, I'm shook"? That was not a thing that we said. No.
Man,
Like instead of right now, they'll say RN. I'm gonna say RN. Hey boys, take out the trash RN. They're gonna be like, what?
That's really funny.
But the problem is they won't even notice because they don't even pay attention to me.
You said RN and I was like, registered nurse?
Right.
Because that's what an RN is.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's a whole lot. Send me that link because
I will
want to
send
look
it
through
to
it.
you.
And I'm gonna like throw them out at random.
Yeah.
And then you can share the reactions.
Yeah.
Because I think it's gonna be really. I already know the reaction. It's gonna be ill.
Ew.
Yeah.
No, like I
What are you
literally,
doing?
they get mad. Like they get mad.
It's like embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
And I get told you're being embarrassing.
Yeah.
You're embarrassing yourself.
And like one of my kids will actually start like literally he'd be like, stop. Like he's so offended.
So
Like,
cringe
stop.
for them.
And I'll be
Cringe
like,
is probably one of their words.
Cringe is their word.
God, that one is so appropriate.
But it is appropriate,
Cringe,
man. On
ick are so
every,
appropriate.
they're like perfect
Yeah.
words.
Yeah. Those
I
are
use them. I'm happy to use them.
spot on.
I'm hoping that Gen Z lingo is not just applicable to Gen Zers. Although there are certain ones that I don't feel so cool when I say it, like fire and lit don't come off naturally for me. I feel like I'm trying too hard with fire. Oh, that's fire.
Yeah. I can't. I can't say fire.
It doesn't work with me. Although I like it when I hear it.
You
like,
know what we used
it
to
really
say?
hits
We
different.
used to say blazing.
That's blazing.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. That food was blazing. We used to say that.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember?
I mean, I also never kept up with the lingo.
Myself. But yeah, that one I remember. But fire, I could not say authentically. Either. But yeah, lit I say because lit is just so good too. It's just.
I could never say no cap. No cap.
Or cap.
Not lying. Lying or not lying.
Yeah, no, I would never.
I didn't even study for that test and I got an A. No cap.
No cap.
This will be a fun experiment.
It's giving.
to do.
It's giving.
It's giving is nice.
I think that's more because of like my like exposure to gay culture though, because they use giving a lot.
Okay.
And so that's probably why I use that.
Boo is apparently on here, and
We had that.
We had that way before. Sorry.
Yeah, Boo.
No,
is
we
from,
take that. I mean,
wait, what's
Alicia
the definition?
Keys.
Is it the same? Is it the
One
same
significant other.
Okay, yeah.
Like that was Usher and Alicia Keys. That was.
It was
sorry.
before them.
It was,
they wrote the song after we were already using Boo.
That's true. That's true. That's
like
true.
I remember literally texting Boo to significant others back in the day.
Bestie was not yours. Sorry, we had Bestie already.
Did we? I thought we had BFF.
We had BFF, but now they have BFFR.
What's that?
Oh no, that's not bestie for real. I thought it was like best friend for real. No, this is fucking for real.
Oh my god, are you serious? I would have thought that was a good thing. Like, you're my BFFR. It means be for fucking real.
It says be effing for real.
So
be for real. Be so for real.
Like, stop capping.
But like they'll actually say that, like, dude, BFFR.
This is crazy.
And you know that like you're just gonna, if you're like in a conversation with a friend and you leave out like the R,
if
like
I hear BFFR,
they're gonna hound you.
They'll be like,
what did you say?
For
foot?
If I heard before today BFFR, I'd be like, oh,
best
who's
friend?
your bestie?
Yeah.
Like, they'd be like, what? Okay, so officially,
baddie is ours. Baddie, like someone looking good. Come on, don't you think?
That's recent. Bad. They say bad, like she's bad. Like then that was like
that's what we did. Yeah, that's what
baddie. Like I think
that's theirs. Yeah. Fine.
Because bestie, baddie, we didn't have that whole IE.
They have BDE.
I mean, I read the article about BDE in the time when Gen Z was around, so I'll give them that one. Okay. Although that one I do use. But it's so
but we say the full thing. We don't.
Maybe that's where we show our age. We say the full.
We say the full thing.
Yeah, BDE.
They're just like, everything is
because
shortened.
You gotta say it.
Yeah,
big energy.
It's just it hits different.
It does. It does.
AF.
Yeah. We also
it's
again
hot.
just say it.
It's hot as we just say it.
Just say it.
It just I don't know why we're censoring.
Saying it is also what gives it the oomph. The letters are not that great.
Yeah.
Doesn't hit the same.
So did you know? So there's 6-7, but there's also 41.
Bye. No.
What the hell does that mean?
No, I'm only accepting one of those.
41 is basically just a contradiction or alternative to 6-7. The popularity of this term began with a rap song by Blizz Boy, in which he uses the number.
Don't know who that.
In which he uses the number 41 several times. So I'm sorry, 6-7 can be a placeholder for any age, any height, or any test score, but 41 is a contradiction to 6-7.
I don't even understand that explanation.
Like, if there's any
rapper who?
Blizz Boy.
Blizzy Boy.
Blizzy Boy.
With an I. Rap song by Blizzy Boy. I didn't even know that was a person, artist, person, place, thing, animal, mineral. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you asked a question at the beginning when you were like, when did you like feel old?
This is that moment right here.
Now.
Yeah. If we have any Gen Zers listening, definitely leave us any comments of terms that nice ones or terms that you use regularly that maybe we haven't heard of. There's a whole list of them here. We didn't go through all of them.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna go through it later.
And for you millennials, we hear you. We see you.
We feel you.
We feel you.
See, that's one of ours. You feeling me?
I'm feeling me. I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you. Yeah. Another fun one. Thank you again to everyone who's tuned in. Like we said in the beginning, if you're not following us already, please do follow us. You can listen to us here on YouTube or on Apple or on Spotify. Our Instagram page is also there. We can put all of that for you again at the end so that you can find us and follow us and share comments with us, leave comments.
Or just like. That's also great. Like if there's something that you hear that just resonates with you, just like and comment. That's awesome. We love to hear from you.
So, on that note, until next time. Bye.
Bye.